Hi friends, it's Amanda. Welcome back for more Hip Kit Club inspiration. Today's design team assignment is to feature only the main kit, and as you can see I've got something super pretty in store for you. Starting off with these gorgeous photos of my darling girl and that beautiful paper here from Hardy Swap, which I thought reflected the background in a photograph really sweetly. I just love that blue wash. Isn't it gorgeous? And I'm going to go, it's textural, so why not add more texture to it and just tear it up. And I'm going to use this paper as, well, almost as a base for my photographs, really. So just ripping it up and distressing it out. I love the fact that because it was main kit only day and I did want to use a bit of mixed media, but of course only using the main kit, what a great way to have a mixed media look without even bringing out any paint, because it really does look like I've painted that background. So I do love that. I had a little bit of this gorgeous paper, Enchanted Blooms, left over. And I like the mix of those two colours together, but I don't really like how it sits when it's perfect, so I'm going to distress that as well. I love Happy Thoughts. This is a gorgeous Pink Fresh Studio noteworthy paper, and I'm going to fussy cut that one because, well, it just begs for fussy cutting, really, doesn't it? It's a beautiful diamond design that we can do plenty with. So, yeah, initially I decided I was going to cut this paper, so you can see me trim it up. But I think in the end, I do go a bit messy with it because, yeah, I think that just works better. So, yeah, but I guess you have to try these things. Like, I think I thought smaller sections would look better, but then once I put them together like this, it just looked too neat and it defeated that beautiful mixed media effect I was having. So, yeah, look, even with that distressed, showing more of the colour, I still... yeah, I'm not quite thrilled with it. So yeah, I'm gonna rip into that paper. But before I do, I decided I wanted to pick out all the things that I thought coordinated really sweetly. The Novo drops, I really love them and I want to use them on this layout today. I had a puffy frame left over from the puffy stickers from the Pink Fresh Studio Noteworthy puffy frame stickers set. And I've used them. I think this must be about, I think I've got one or two left. There's not many because I've done quite a few projects with them this month. And there was a coordinating floral in the cut apart sheet that I hadn't used yet. So I've gone and fussy cut that out. And that was that right now or right here paper. Some ephemera pieces in that gorgeous sort of maroony pink colour. Because they're just going to obviously tie in well. And of course cameras always look fantastic. And... life is good. That camera, yeah, is also fussy cut out from the right here paper as well, or right now paper. It was the cut apart sheet, and it was one that I hadn't used yet. So, and then of course just some more die cut ephemera pieces as well. And that was sort of my base plan. So where I'm at now is this is as far as I got before I put the camera on and actually decided to start making a scrapbook page. And here I am thinking, how am I actually going to execute this all now and put it together? So yeah, the first thing was I knew I wasn't happy with that paper, so I am going to rip it. Now, because Pink Fresh Studio papers are very high quality, it's a lot thicker paper. It doesn't rip as smoothly as I would like. So you can see I had to apply a little more pressure because what was happening, yeah, I'm getting more of those scallopy type finishes on it because it's so rich and thick, it just doesn't rip a straight line really easily. So, not that I wanted it perfectly straight, but I wanted more of that flat sort of effect. I didn't want those sort of ripples through it. So because I wasn't happy, I've ripped it again. And you can see me distressing it all again because I like that better. And I'll use that smaller piece because once I decided to be a bit more forceful with the paper, it was okay. So I have to remember that the American Crafts papers are a lot thinner. And the Pink Fresh Studio ones are quite, yeah, they're a really lovely dense paper and great for adding mixed media too because they don't warp so easily either. But yeah, anyway, that's that in place. I'm going to stick that down straight away because I think for my overall design at the moment, that's what I'm going for, is that beautiful pink and blue finish. And I just love that. That Hardy Swap paper is amazing. Like, I think it's called Artwalk, and it's just gorgeous. I am partial to blue, of course. I do love the colour blue, but the fact that it looks like you got your paintbrush out and you did these beautiful big swashes and textural pieces, and it's just gorgeous. So yeah, anyway, on it goes. I'm going to pop all that all in together. And now that I've got that where I want it, I'm just going to tape the back so it doesn't move, because you know, if I was to cut it and put it in, I'd never get the piece exactly where I wanted it again. So just gonna, yeah, commit and do it this way. And just a bit more of a tape, hold everything in place. There we go. Oh, that's so much better with the distressing on the edges. I think that looks heaps better. Yeah, and just more distressing because the back of that Hardy Swap paper is really cool too, and it's got that little bit hint of green through it, and I think that's nice, that turquoisey colour with the blue as well, so you're getting little bits of highlight of colour. Of course, the blue picks up beautifully in my daughter's shirt, and as I said, that horizontal lines in the background of her photo sort of ties in nicely as well. I'm going to add this frame to her photo because I know I definitely want to use this frame. Just working out where I can sit it so I don't cover her beautiful face with that leaf that's sort of popping up. And there we go. And I'll just trim that up. And the other photograph, I think I'm going to leave that as it is, but I will embellish sort of, I think I'll add that tab ticket piece or the label piece to the side of it. But generally I'm going to leave that one plain. That'll be my more focal photo because you can see it more clearly, and then of course I'll have my puffy sticker frame one in the other. So here we go. Should just about be happy with that now. And because I'm not going to stick it down yet, I'm popping it back onto the back of the plastic so I can still, yeah, fuss and move things around. So even though I put it on, because I know I definitely wanted my photo in the frame, I wanted to plan a little bit more, because at this point I hadn't really decided what I was going to do with my page. I just had these beautiful photos that I needed to scrapbook. We took them a few weeks ago, and it was actually, I'd picked my daughter up early from school. She'd had a really hard day and she was really upset, and you know, the world was going to end quite upset. Like, it was a really tough day. And took her out for the afternoon, got her out in the sunshine, had a beautiful afternoon, had a coffee and just a chat, and got some sea air into her lungs and had a big breathe down at the beach. And by the afternoon, when I took this photo, she was feeling really happy, and I was talking to her about how self-care is so really important, and sometimes we actually do need to distance ourselves from things that make us feel terrible and take a break and get some salty sea air into our lungs, and maybe, yeah, talk to someone and let things out and move forward. And it was amazing how much that change impacted on her, and it was a really good learning curve. I think it made her realize that not everything is as terrible as it can sometimes feel. And yeah, and I think in these teen years that's an important lesson learned. So yeah, so I wanted to document this for her album because I want her to know she is amazing, and it's amazing how much we can grow and learn from each other. And yeah, so that was that. So important that I'm putting that into her album. Now you can see I really did love those fussy cut diamonds, so I went and did some more in the blue, in the darker blue from that Hardy Swap paper, and then I also distressed some of those blue strips as well and added them to the base of my page. And I'm just coming in now and adding some foam tape to some of those embellishments, and others I'm just gluing straight down. So you can see I've got that lovely diamond arrangement happening down the page now. And the darker pops of blue that were on that Hardy Swap paper, they're just gorgeous. They're enough of a, I think that, well, they're like a highlight colour really, aren't they? They're that really beautiful pop of deeper blue that just makes everything stand out more and have, yeah, a bit more balance and a bit more interest, and not sort of too soft and washed out. And I think that's nice. So yeah, so adding a little bit of bright pink thread in and around just for some more texture, because I think this page really is about having lots of texture today. There's lots of ripped and distressed and, yeah, edgy pieces, and then I've got the balance with the florals and the diamonds, of course, which are quite controlled and pretty. So I think it's a nice mix of the two. And just a third piece because, you know, I like to do things in thirds. And coming in now with some of the Bloom Street stickers. I love these. They're very, very sweet. And there was a whole bunch of, hearts that were in coordinating colours to my layout. So I thought they would be a perfect adornment instead of, say, enamel dots, because the enamel dots, of course, were in the Pocket Life or embellishment kit. I can't remember which one now, but so they're my alternative. I used the little hearts, and then there were a few cute little floral pieces and some butterflies that I decided I'd like to add in as well, because they tie in beautifully. Obviously just trying to keep to those beautiful tones of blues and purples and pinks to flatter my layout. And that piece there was my favourite. I really loved that little sticker at the bottom, and I thought it just looked really sweet and it was a nice addition. So the word love is a puffy sticker from the Puffy Frame sticker sheet. And then, coming in with a whole bunch of those Novo dots as well, because then I realised, I can have enamel dots because you just use your Novo. So perfect use of that gorgeous lilac colour. It's very, very pretty. And that's pretty much my layout today. It's simple, it's beautiful, and it's a really lovely one to document, as I said, that story for her. I will put the story on the back for her. I always write a letter to my children on the back of their layouts. But look, that's my page. So stick around. There's lots of gorgeous close-ups coming for you now. If you've got questions or comments, please don't hesitate to pop them down below. Don't forget to subscribe to your hit kits, because of course you save money and you're guaranteed your kit every month, and you don't want to miss out because next month's are amazing. And have yourself a wonderful, happy arty days. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.